Now, normally I only sell private label, but I actually recently started getting into Amazon Wholesale. This is the model where you buy existing products in bulk and sell them on Amazon. Now in this video, I want to show you some of the methods that I use, what mistakes did I make and how you can avoid them, if I'm currently making any money with my wholesale products, and in the end I'm even going to show you some tricks that I picked up along the way. But first, why did I start getting into wholesale? Well, the reason for this is pretty simple. There's just money to be made with this. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm still selling my own brand and launching my own products, but I noticed there's also money to be made with this model. I also figured it's nice to just learn something new, learn a new skill. One of the things that I learned is that there's actually a pretty big difference compared to selling private label and a wholesale. For example, the lead time is way shorter with wholesale. Now, the lead time is how long it takes after you place your order until your product reaches Amazon. And since with wholesale we're dealing with US companies that already have the goods in stock, so that means it will only take about a week after I place my order until the goods were at Amazon ready to be sold. Now of course this is a huge difference compared to my private label business, where I will be placing my orders in China and it will take sometimes up to 3 months for my goods to be produced and shipped and going through customs and all that fun stuff. Now when I first started getting into wholesale, I also thought that a lot of these suppliers would have a very high minimum order. But this really isn't all that bad. Most times it's only a couple $100s. Now these are all great things about the wholesale model. However, for me the hardest part was finding the right products. This is definitely not like private label, where you can just use a tool like Jungle Scout and it will give you all the high demand and low competition products that you're looking for. This actually requires a lot of manual work. It's a lot of finding suppliers, emailing back and forth, checking their product list. Now I think you can do this in two ways. You can either buy from distributors or you can buy directly from the brands. Now I had way more success buying directly from the brands, but I'll get into that a bit later, because I started with buying from distributors. Now this process is pretty simple. You pretty much just want to open an account with as many distributors as you can, and you'll download their product list and they will check if you can sell any of their products with a profit on Amazon. And this is actually the first mistake that I made, that I did all of this manually by myself, which took me a lot of time, and I felt like a complete noob when I found out you can fully automate this whole process. You can upload the list to one of these tools and the tool will automatically check the entire list if there's any profitable products, but also it will show you the bestseller rank for each product. If you want to check this out, I put links for all the tools that I used in the description. Now, this is all pretty easy, and that's kind of exactly the problem. Like, because it's so easy, anybody can do it. Anybody can find these distributors, download the list and just run them through Amazon. And because of this, there's a lot of sellers, there's a lot of competition for these products, and the margins are just kind of small. Now, don't get me wrong, you can still make some money with this method. Like, I found a couple of products that sell on Amazon right now that I found through this list, and they make me a little bit of profit, but not that much. I've had way more success buying directly from the brands. I'm currently selling a product that I'm buying from a brand, and it's making me a couple $100s in profit each month, which isn't that much, but I don't really have to do any work for it. So I guess it's pretty easy to upskill this. And when I say brands, I don't mean big brands like Nike or Lego. I'm talking about some very small niche brands that might only have like 10 products. So how did I find these brands? Well, I did this by simply checking every product that I came across. For example, I'm really into rock climbing, so every climbing harness or like training tool that I touched, like I will check if it's being sold on Amazon, how many sellers are there, how much money they're making, and if things are looking promising, I will try to reach out to the brand directly and ask them if I can buy from them. And this is actually the second mistake that I make, because I found out a lot of these smaller brands don't really want to sell to Amazon sellers. Like, they might already sell on Amazon themselves, or maybe they made like a deal with another seller that they can be the exclusive Amazon seller. Now you can either be upfront about this and just straight away do it the way I did it and be like, hey, I want to buy your product, I want to buy 100 units, I'm going to sell them on Amazon. And you're going to receive a yes or a no answer. Like, in my experience, you're going to receive a lot of no answers though. Or you don't tell them that you will sell on Amazon. Like, I noticed you can have way more success and more brands are willing to sell to you if you're selling in your own brick and mortar shop, or maybe you're willing to sell their products abroad, or whatever reason you can think of that will not compete with them on Amazon. Now, of course, lying about all this is kind of morally questionable, But I just had more success if I didn't straight away say that I was an Amazon seller. Either way, you'll have the most success if your presentation is on point. So here are some things that I would recommend for every wholesale seller. First of all, you want to set up a nice looking website. You also want to set up a professional email. Now please don't email from your personal Gmail account. Like if you set up your website, you can actually register any email you like. So what I did was I created an email that was purchasingdepartment@companyname.com. This is gonna give a way more professional vibe. I also got some Google reviews to create some authenticity for my company. And a lot of these distributors, they want a resale certificate. So make sure to get that as well. And since you made it this far in the video, I'm also sure you're gonna like my next video.